strong.
Welcome back to Crypto for Freedom, where we talk about gaining financial freedom through the cryptocurrency markets. Oh my God, guys, Bitcoin is attempting to break this all-time high right here. In fact, it already has broken the all-time high. We have a new all-time high of $125,725 is the new all-time high for Bitcoin right now. This is some incredible move happening as we speak. Bitcoin is currently going up 12% on the week, and on the day alone, Bitcoin is up almost 3%, which is a nice move for the day. But really on the weekly move, this is looking really good. With one more day to come on the week, let's see if Bitcoin can close out this weekly candle with a new all-time high and get ready to pump into next week. And things are really getting spicy here, guys. Things are really starting to heat up. And in my opinion, we could be seeing an altcoin season on the horizon coming very shortly here pretty soon with, most of the big altcoins coming up to make new all-time highs. BNB is already at a new all-time high, and Ethereum is yet to make a new all-time high, but I think Dogecoin is going to be catching up real soon to come up and make a new all-time high. With Bitcoin breaking out into price discovery mode right now, we could see Dogecoin starting to rally back to 48 cents real shortly, and hopefully breaking out above that and making a new all-time high for the cycle. I think we're going to see some serious price action really soon, you guys. So make sure to keep holding. This is an emergency video because Bitcoin is breaking out of the all-time high right now, you guys. And it's time to get hyped up, okay? Because it's like Lambo season is coming, you guys. Do you guys have profit-taking plans ready? Do you guys have plans ready for what you're going to do with your money when you take your profits, man? Because this is looking good. But you know what? All good things must come to an end. And with Bitcoin looking like it's moving on here from this halving cycle, and we now are 448 days from the halving. And if you take a look back at the 2021 cycle, you can see that Bitcoin peaked out 449 days past the halving right here. And also the 2017 cycle, Bitcoin peaked out close to the same time frame, 518 days from the halving right here. And with us now being 548 days past the halving currently right now, I am a little concerned that the market might be starting to get overheated. And if we come over here and put on the RSI, you can see that the RSI is making a lower high, has not been able to break out to a new higher high yet for this cycle in this bull run. Although it looks like it might be trying to attempt to reach the trend line here to make a lower high. But if this is unable to break out of this trend line on the RSI and make a new high there, then this could be the end of the market for the Bitcoin 4-year cycle. And if that's the case, are we even going to see an altcoin season? Are we even going to see Bitcoin dominance drop from where it's at right now at 59% back down to this level at 49%? Are we going to find support there because of the institutional adoption, the ETFs, and the game theory playing out right in front of our eyes? Or are we going to see a more traditional altcoin season and see the price the Bitcoin dominance come all the way back down to 40% to make a low? As you can see here in 2021, Bitcoin dominance had found a bottom around 40%, and that's where Dogecoin peaked out here in this area. And I think we could be seeing potentially an altcoin season on the horizon. Now, with the Fed, just starting to cut rates again after pausing for close to a year, are we going to end up seeing more rate cuts? The market thinks we're going to see more rate cuts in October. And with that coming, are we going to see, potentially Dogecoin not going into a super cycle, but potentially having the extended cycle into the first quarter of next year? Plan B was talking about possibly the first quarter of next year being the top. And that actually kind of lines up with my 7-year cycle theory with Bitcoin, with Dogecoin finding a high in 2017, December 2017, and that corresponded with, this lower high against Bitcoin, and we already saw, and that was 1,765 days from the beginning of this 7-year cycle theory. And if we extrapolate it out 765 days from when, the Dogecoin pair broke into this new channel, that would bring the market peak all the way out to February of 2026. And you can see that we're getting extremely close to that on the chart. I think that Dogecoin could be coming up to make a lower high against its Bitcoin pair as Bitcoin USD comes up to make a higher high for the cycle. And then we might have to wait until 2029 as Dogecoin begins to lose its value again against Bitcoin, and we might have to wait all the way till 2029 to see that breakout of this downtrend and break into a new channel again. And that's when I think we could see Dogecoin actually have its real move from anywhere from the 50 cent to $1 area all the way up to, possibly $5, $10, $15, $20 per Dogecoin. But that's in the long term. You have to be long-term convicted and have a long-term mindset all the way out to 2028, 2029. You can't come into this market and expect to get rich overnight and expect to just turn a little bit of money into a lot of money. You have to work really hard, do a lot of research, do all your own research, and take the money that you're earning from the value that you're providing and, store that in some sort of digital energy, as in Dogecoin or Bitcoin, and, find wealth and find financial security and self-sovereignty through cryptocurrency assets. It still is pretty amazing that Bitcoin is attempting to break out of this all-time high that it's been held down since August of 2025 and come up and make a new high. We'll see if this is the market cycle peak or if we're going to have an extended cycle. What do you guys think? Are we going to see the super cycle this time for Dogecoin and Bitcoin and see it go to the moon? Or is this the end of the cycle and we're going to see a 1-year bear market from here and a 75% retracement for Bitcoin, bringing it from here all the way down to 30K range, and a 90% retracement for Dogecoin, from that peak over here in November of 2024. 90% from there would bring Dogecoin back down to 6 cents, 5 cents, and I just don't think that's going to happen, you guys. I think we're going to see a lot higher prices for Dogecoin, possibly all the way up to anywhere from $2 to $4 this cycle before we see a 90% retracement from there, bringing Dogecoin back down to retest this level here. So anyways, you guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave all your thoughts and comments down below in the comments section, and check out all my other videos in the playlist. Remember that none of this is financial advice, and you should always do all of your own research. And with that, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.